Hello everybody, it's been a long time since my last video, since my last upload, and today is such a great day. I'm so excited and happy to show you something very special that I said to myself, hey man, it's about time to make a fresh video for your viewers, for your followers, for people who support you, for your zebra family. So let me show you what this video is all about. Oh my, what do we have here? This is a dry plate tintype, soon to be called zebra type. It's basically a silver gelatin emulsion coated on a thin piece of black painted aluminum plate. I've been playing with this for the last few months, and this tintype right here is proof that zebra types are becoming more and more a reality. And it's just a matter of time when these plates are gonna be released out into the public for you guys to enjoy, for you guys to experiment with. Just look at these details, isn't it amazing? You can see the reflections on the car, the shadows on the car, and also the reflections on the windshield. You can see every small little grass right here. Yeah, awesome. What's so special about this plate? Well, actually, when making a dry plate tintype, the key ingredient that you have to nail is the development procedure, because when developing these kinds of plates, you're not developing a black negative, but you have to develop a white negative, just like in wet plate tintypes or wet plate photography in general, where you're ending up with a whitish negative compared to dry plates, which usually result in black negatives. So yeah, these kind of developers are different from each other. There are a lot of recipes out there. Special thanks goes to Lee Lira. We have a Facebook group called Dry Plate Photographers, which you are all welcome to. I warmly invite you to join the community, because there is so much knowledge being shared there. And yeah, one of the developers that I've been experimenting the most with is called Liranol 6. It was crafted or formulated by Australian photographer Lee Lira. He's been experimenting with this kind of photographs for a long time as well. But I mean, I was impressed, of course, with the developer itself, but I was not so impressed with how hard it was to use, because the developer required an exact to the point exposure, and also development had to be nailed to the exact second in order to get a good result. And the second drawback for me was that it had to be mixed from scratch, which means that somebody who's never used dry plates before, who's new to this, who never tried alternative photography and so on, it would be super hard, if not impossible, for them to get into this kind of photography, which is beautiful. So I said to myself, you have to find an easier way, an easier solution for this. So I was experimenting with all kinds of developers in the last few months. Some were horrible, some yielded good results, but like I said, were too difficult to make or too difficult to use. There are all kinds of recipes you can find in these kinds of books right here. I mean, they all work in their own way, so they are definitely worth trying out. But this exact plate right here was super simple to expose and super simple to develop. So let me explain you what I did. I exposed it as usual, as any other standard zebra glass dry plate. It was about noontime. Right now it's summer here in Slovenia, so UV levels are quite high, so I metered this image for ISO 4. So that gave me 1/8 of a second at f8. So yeah, I made the exposure as usual. Then when I had the exposure, I brought it into the darkroom turn my safe lights on. But in order to get this kind of whitish negative on a black tin plate, there had to be another ingredient added to Kodak HC110 in order to get this working, and the chemical I added was ammonium thiocyanate. It's basically all you have to do is mix a certain ratio of Kodak HC110 to water and add a few grams of this ammonium thiocyanate into the mix. You mix it all up. It's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. And then you're ready to develop. Then you put the plate in. This plate was developed for 2 minutes. It was then washed and fixed as usual. And you're ending up with such an amazing and such a beautiful image like this one here. I will be posting all these recipes and all that when I'm completely finished with my experiments, and when the plates will be released, there will be much more information released into the public. Otherwise, then I experimented further, and this is actually a standard zebra glass dry plate, which was developed with the same developer as this tintype plate. So I ended up with a whitish negative on a transparent glass. Then I dried this plate, and when it was dry, I just painted it with some acrylic black spray paint on the emulsion side, and voila, you got yourself a dry plate ambrotype. So yeah, the versatility of this technique is awesome. Everybody can use it, also those who don't like tintypes, even though I like them a lot because they're super lightweight, and yeah, there is no such thing as a beauty of a tintype plate. And these zebra dry plate ambrotypes are beautiful in its own way, you know, because there is 2 millimeters of glass before the image appears, so it really has a lot more depth, and it's perfect if you want to make a shot on the field for someone, or make a portrait. You can develop it on the field using a darkroom tent or a portable darkroom. You can dry it fairly quickly, spray paint it on the back side, and this image is already protected. You can frame it as it is. It's protected because the emulsion is on the back side from any scratches and so on. There you go, guys. That's all I had to say. I really had to share my excitement with you. I know it was more of a short one, but I hope that in the near future I'm gonna finally find more time again to make longer and more educational videos, because this is what this channel is all about in the first place. But yeah, at the moment this is actually not really possible, because I'm head and shoulders into fulfilling the orders you guys are placing. I'm barely keeping up with them, which is super awesome, and I like it a lot because I can live from my hobby, which is a dream for every human being on the planet, I think. But yeah, I mean, the life is happening at the same time as well, so it's all one big balancing act every day. But yeah, I'm just employing a few more guys to help me in the workshop right here. So if you guys would like to help, give me a call. But yeah, I definitely miss making this kind of videos, because I'm convinced that sharing knowledge is the key for development, for going forward in these photographic techniques. And I really miss your feedback and your knowledge as well, learning from you and so on. But yeah, sometimes, you know, priorities are different, and life has its own ways. But yeah, I'm definitely have a wish to make more and more videos in the future. There you go, guys. What should I say to conclude? I know that I'm talking for too much already. But yeah, a few more things. You should definitely stay tuned for more content like this, and for future zebra products that are becoming a reality very soon, especially zebra tintypes. So I wish everybody to stay safe, to stay healthy, to stay somewhere cold, because this heat is killing us all. And yeah, until next time, enjoy.